what I'm really enjoying is the new updates to Cookadoo, and that you can actually see where your cooking is up to on your phone. So if you're out hanging washing or tending to the kids or whatever you might be doing, you can see when your machine's about to finish. So I think that's a really great addition. Okay, so this has just stopped cooking. So it's all sauteed and it smells really lovely. So I'm just going to put that in a bowl. Okay. All right. So I've already grated the Parmesan just for ease. I've done that. All right, so now I'm going to place all the ingredients together. So we've got, I'll just very quickly rinse this bowl because it's just a little bit hot from the saute. We just don't want to cook the mayonnaise any further than it already is.
Good point. And this is where it's super handy to have a second bowl, which we're all hoping we'll be getting our hands on soon for the TM7.
Absolutely.
So I'm just putting in our homemade mayonnaise. So 200 grams of that, which is just about everything that I just made. It's handy. 15 grams of whole grain mustard. Ten grams of balsamic vinegar. Oh. Actually, because I've skipped through, I'm just going to set this step as the current step. It's one of the beauties of the TM7. 10 grams of balsamic. Okay. And then blend that for 3 seconds. Okay, and then we're all ready just to combine it all. So I'll come back at the end and show you the combined salad. So I'll hand over to the next person.
I think that's me. Hi everyone. I think Megan said earlier, I'm Jodie. I love how all the meetings I've been in recently and things, I love that the introductions are, hi, I'm so-and-so and I've been with Thermomix for 10 years. Hi, I've been here 15 years. Well, hi, I'm Jodie. I've been here 5 minutes. So I haven't been here very long at all. I've just started, I think officially last week. So I'm loving it so far and love doing this. So what I'm going to do is add some carbs to this barbecue. So I'm going to be doing the mac and smoking cheese, which might I say my husband was very excited that I was doing this today because I haven't made mac and cheese in such a long time and it's such a barbecue staple for us. So I'm going to do that. I've done lots of prep already. So the really good thing about having the TM7 is you can actually skip through and just click on where you want to start in the prep. So it's awesome. So what I've done so far is I have actually cooked my pasta in here. I've just boiled some water in this. I've chucked in my pasta. I've cooked that. and I've got it sitting over in my thermoserver, just waiting to be cooked. So that's just sitting on the side. If you haven't seen a thermoserver, I've got the older one, which is this one, the lid. So I've just got my pasta sitting in there. It's actually sitting in the drainer. I've got it in the thing, just sitting there waiting for me. I'm keeping a little bit more. I've cooked some bacon as well, just sauteed some bacon, so I've got that ready to go. Got this ready. So I'm going to hit start on this again and go through because it kind of stalled on me a second ago. So I've heated my oven. I've got my pasta ready. Got my bacon ready. You know what also I love about this? I don't have my glasses on and I don't have to because I can change the font size on this screen. So I've got it at Old Lady, like big, so I can see it. And I'm up to step 10. So this is asking me to take off the lid, give it some milk. Again, I'm going to set this as current step because that's where I'm up to. I'm going to put in 500 mils of milk. Each one just making the cheese. Some butter. Some butter. That should be a bit over. Some cream cheese. 250 grams of cream cheese. These are mustard. We've all got mustard in our things today. Adds that little bit of tang, doesn't it? Does anyone not like mustard? You can just leave it out. Then I've got salt and pepper, something like that. Next. Now this actually has to cook for 7 minutes. That's just going to cook away for 7 minutes. So do you want to pop over to somebody?
Over to me.
You, yay.
Me. Yeah.
Awesome.
All right. So thanks, Jodie. And we love having you in the team. It's been so great. And you've just jumped into everything head first, which we love. It's so exciting. So we're really glad to have you here. And Jodie's actually joined on our new TM for You program. So she can earn her TM7 with just 4 sales in 90 days. So a month longer than we've ever had before. You've only got to sell 4 Thermomixes, not 6, and there's no deposit to get started. So have a little think about whether this is maybe something you might enjoy doing. Career change, side hustle, all of those things. You're welcome to have a chat to us and join the team. And so many perks to doing that. One of those is actually the new cutter attachment. So lots of you will have seen the cutter for the TM6. Unfortunately, we haven't had the cutter available for the TM7 up until now. However, they've just arrived in the country, and the first people that are getting them are our beautiful brand new recruits when they make their first sale. So that's the only way to get a TM7 cutter at the moment. So have a think about it. If you want to be up there getting all the best incentives straight away, we'd love to have you come and join our team. So, because I don't have the brand new TM7 cutter yet, I'm using my trusty old TM6 tonight so that I can show you the Mediterranean chopped salad. Now, this is a great salad that really highlights how easy the Thermomix can make salads, and you can use whatever ingredients you like in a very similar way to this method to make some beautiful salads. Even just doing things like your taco nights and things like that where you're chopping up everything, your chopper and your cutter and your Thermomix can make light work of that. So I'm going to turn you around here and just do that. All right, so the first thing that we will do is insert our cutter. So Lots of you aren't on screen, so I can't even ask you to put your hands up and show me, but I would love to know how many of you have got the cutter and how many of you would still like to get the cutter. First thing that we do is pop in our drive shaft, so that sits over the blade. Just always take it out as soon as you're finished, because as well as my head's chopped off, if you leave that in and forget about it, you'll chop it up, and we don't want to do that. Now, what we love about the cutter is that it comes with its own bowl, which means it keeps the main bowl nice and clean while we're doing our prep. And we are, I didn't read which step, slicing side up. So we're doing slicing side up. We're going to slice a red onion. So I've just got my red onion here, cut in half, and we are going to turn that onto thick. So I'm just going to sit that in nice and straight so that it goes the way I want it to go. Cuts, oh, which isn't that way. Now, you want it to cut in the direction that you want it to go so it looks nice and neat. We'll just push that down. And it should go through. And now we are, we're just feeding in our cucumber next. So cucumber goes straight in as well. And we're doing that on thick. So you can see it makes nice, quick work of that. And we're just going to sit that aside and take out our cutter. And I'll show you, there's our beautiful cucumber slices. Nice, ready for our salad. Next, we're going to make our dressing. So we're throwing in 2 garlic cloves, 3 teaspoons of dried oregano. And we're just going to blitz that up. So all the beautiful flavours in this would be so good with chicken, with fish, with red meat. Just give that a little scrape down. So that's just finely chopped the garlic and the oregano. And we're adding 360 grams of roasted whole red peppers, which I've just drained. So these are going into our dressing, which is going to be delicious. And look, it said 360, but the jar was 330, so we're going to be slightly under, but that's okay. And 60 grams of extra virgin olive oil. And 60 grams of white wine vinegar. A good dressing just makes or breaks a salad, doesn't it?
Absolutely does.
And half a
making your own just makes it so much fresher.
So much fresher, yeah. And a lot less sugar, you'll find too. A little pinch of pepper.
Additives.
And a lot of dressings that you buy, you'll actually find are using cheaper, nastier seed oils and things like that. Whereas we're making this with just beautiful extra virgin olive oil. That's about a teaspoon of honey in my box. And so we're just going to mix all of that together. 30 seconds on speed 6. That's our 30 seconds. And we're going to transfer that into a small jar. I'll hold it up. Look at that. Doesn't that look beautiful? So that's our red capsicum dressing.
Oh.
I'm actually just going to swap to a second bowl because I can and it's quicker and easier for the next step. And what we're going to do now, and this is one of my favourite salad tricks, and I hope that you guys have all been using this already because it's amazing. You buy your little baby cos lettuce and you just chop the hard end off and you put the whole thing in and you add about 900 mils or grams of water. Not hot water, I'm just using the kettle because it's there. And we put that on for 4 seconds on speed 4 and it washes the lettuce and chops the lettuce all at once.
Magic.
Magic. It's amazing. So I'm just going to grab my Varoma out and show you that lettuce. See, it's all washed. It's all like chopped as if I'd washed every leaf itself and torn it up beautifully, but it's all been done in 4 seconds for me. How good is that? So I'm going to drain that in my Varoma dish. And then I'm going to just come back and add everything together. Is anyone else ready to jump in for a second? Jody is? Okay, great.
Yeah, I am. So I didn't say before, so this is essentially, instead of me stirring the pot for some cheese sauce, this has been doing it for me. For 7 minutes, I could have got heaps done. Dishwasher emptied, cleaned the barbecue down, all sorts of things. And this was actually 90 degrees on speed 2 on reverse is what it was doing. So next, that's all done. And now I'm going to just add in the smoked cheese. Has anybody had smoked cheese before? I got this beautiful smoked cheese. Don't forget that one. Just at Coles in the deli. It smells so good. So this has got wanting 200 grams. So I'm just going to pop 200 grams in. Should be this amount because I think I had it weighed properly. Yeah. Oh, maybe close enough. Next. And then this is going to essentially melt all of this goodness in here for me. 2 minutes, 90 degrees again. You can see I've got these beautiful red lights up here. Makes it know that it's hot. And that's just going to melt the smokiness into this for me. I didn't mention earlier, my husband's actually gluten-free. So I have to do everything in this house gluten-free for him, which normally would mean none of this or no breads or anything. But the Thermomix makes it possible for me to be able to do really easy gluten-free things. Just like the rub or the spice mix that we were making earlier, so many of the spice mixes that you buy that are already pre-done have gluten in them. So it makes it really hard for him to be able to eat some of those nice ones. So being able to make your own like this, sauces, gluten, because they use it as thickener. So it's really nice to be able to just make things from scratch and be, instead of a cupboard full of jars and packets and sauces, we've got a cupboard full of ingredients and we just make whatever now. So this is just going to go for about another minute and then I should be putting it all together.
Awesome. Thanks, Jody. We'll just jump back over here while I put everything of mine together. So there's my beautiful chopped lettuce. We will throw that back into the bowl that I've just drained the water out of. And we're adding in our sliced cucumbers and onion. We've got It says 120 grams of Kalamata pitted olives, but I just got the chili green ones because I like those better, and cut them in half. And some drained chickpeas. And some cherry tomatoes, cut in half. And half to one fresh green chili sliced. I left the seeds in because we like it a bit hot. The kids aren't up now to eat it. And then 90 grams of our beautiful reserve dressing. So there's plenty of dressing in here for probably, I would say, 3 or 4 salads. So that will just go in the fridge, which means that next time my salad's even quicker. And we just put that on speed 2, reverse, for a minute to mix through. So we'll go back to you, Jodie, and then I can come back. That's all.
There's the cheese sauce. And can I tell you, that smells so good. So now it's just, it is a bit runny because I've got to put it in the oven and then it's going to thicken up in the oven as well. So I'm just going to pour this all over the pasta. And like I said, I use free pasta. So it's not macaroni, it's pasta. Probably should show you the one that I use because this one works every single time. It's in the cupboard over there. So I've just mixed all of that together. And then I'm just going to mix it all together. I've got some bacon that I sauteed off earlier. That's also going to go in there. Move the mix back. Okay. I think it was too short. Move over. Got my dish here. I'm just going to pour it into this dish here. I'll bring it back. The other thing that I've done here also, it asks for some panko crumbs for the top. Now, I think you can probably buy gluten-free panko crumbs. Can't say that I ever have though, because I just use gluten-free bread and toast it. And I just toast it really dark and then stick it in the Thermomix for about 5 seconds, speed 5, 6, and just whiz it up and you end up with breadcrumbs yourself. So there's no need. All of that leftover bread that goes stale, and gluten-free bread goes stale pretty quickly, just stick it in a bag and stick it in the freezer and make some crumbs. So this is going to go into the oven now after I sprinkle some smoked paprika over it as well, and then I'll pop it into the oven. I think you can go back over.
Thank you. Awesome, Jodie. So I'm just going to show you, this is the salad. So it's all been beautifully mixed together through all the dressing and all the components. And now it's just ready to sprinkle some feta cheese on, and that's ready to go. So what a delicious salad. I can't wait to eat that tonight. I'm going to share the recipe. So hopefully you've all noticed I'm putting all of the cookie dough links into the chat so that you can get them. And I'll do the recipe for that one now. And we are going to jump over to our friend Oxy.
Hi, I just wanted to say that Judy has a beautiful message from Estelle in the chat, and she just noticed, says, Judy, you are doing so well, and you're basically amazing. Thank you, Estelle, for your message, and she would like your contact, please. Hi, my name is Oxy. Excuse me, I apologize. My name is I love my Thermomix. I cannot live a day without it. I know it sounds quite cliche, but that's me. And I have 2 salads. One is our true blue Aussie coleslaw, and the second one is a broccoli salad. Now the coleslaw has 3 main ingredients, just the cabbage, carrots, apple, and onion if you want to, and mayonnaise. I've already spiced it up, put salt and pepper on it. That's why it looks like this. And I do like my QQ mayonnaise. I made it myself here in Thermomix as well. So that's what I'm going to add to my coleslaw. And this is the recipe you want to take when somebody asks you for a barbecue and they ask you to bring a plate. I must say, the first time when I came to Australia and they asked me for a barbecue and asked me to bring a plate, I brought 10 plates because I thought they didn't have enough crockery, and I brought enough forks and knives just in case. But since then, I've learned lots of things, lots of Australian slang, and now I bring food, not just empty plates. So I'm going to start up with my coleslaw, and I'm going to move my screen so you can see how it's done. I'm going to go start that done, and I have pre-weighed everything to make things easy. Here my cabbage, here my green apple, red onion, and my carrot. I have added sea salt and mayonnaise. This is all in. That looks good, huh? Let's have a look what it's going to look in 5 seconds. Here we are, my friends. And then I'm going to chop it for 3 seconds. Here we are. Now, if you like it chunky, like me, you can leave it like that. But I think it needs a little bit of chopping. But it already smells amazing. It smells really, really good. So I'm going to give it an extra chop. I've done that. And my Thermomix is prompting me to give it a stir. So I'm going to chop now just for 2 seconds. And that's it, my friends. Our beautiful coleslaw is ready. So I'm going to show it to you. I do like mine chunky. If you want to, you can chop it for 1 more second probably, and that'll be done. It smells delicious, smells amazing. While I'm putting it in a bowl.
How good is that for a quick meal or some quick lunches, or just so good to be able to whip up a salad like that in 5 seconds?
And during Christmas, you're always called to so many events. And when you bring that plate, everybody's going to love you because they know you have a Thermomix and you'll bring something delicious. And every barbecue that I went to, coleslaw always a #1 hit because it's so good and it's so easy. And you know, when I brought those 10 plates, I must say to that, my first barbecue without food, somebody said, Oxy, I'm pulling your leg. So I had to look under the table whether they were actually physically pulling my leg. And I said, no, you're not. So that evening, I have learned so many things. So here is my coleslaw. And I wish I could teleport it to you. It's not a Doctor Who, right, where we can teleport. But here it is, and it's beautiful. I'm going to rinse my bowl literally in 5 seconds, and I'm going to start my new salad called broccoli salad. I'm rinsing the bowl. In the hindsight science, if you like mayonnaise and you don't mind a little bit of other flavor, you could do your broccoli salad in the same bowl.
I was thinking the same thing. You could just go
You were
from
going
one
to
to the
say the
next.
same thing? I was going to be fastidious, and if I did it for which I am actually doing for myself, I would have done it anyway. But here it is. And my next one, I'm going to close this recipe because this is done. And I'm going to my new recipe, my beautiful broccoli salad. Now, this is a salad that I take to work all the time because it's so easy. It's just packed with goodness. And it also has basically 3 main ingredients. It doesn't have a carrot, but I love carrot, and I'm going to add some carrot in. So I'm going to go and start. It also asks for pine nut. My husband doesn't like any nuts in any of the food, so I'm going to omit that. So here it goes. And of course, you can scale your recipe to whatever portion you want. Keto allows you that. You can scale. I'm adding red capsicum, red apple. I like green apple, the tanniness it gives. And then you're right, we're using mustard a lot. Today I'm using hot English mustard and a little bit of honey. So I'm just going to add that in. I'm going to add my beautiful olive oil. And then it's requiring for white balsamic vinegar, but I like my apple vinegar. I'm going to add generously because it brings it to life. It's just so good. Salt, a little bit of salt. And we put pepper somewhere. Where's pepper? Here it is. And my friends, now I'm going to go to my next step and chop it for 5 seconds. My friends, 5 seconds and you have a salad on your hands. Oh, no. Sorry, I'm so excited, like that Jack Russell playing with my new Thermomix, that I'm skipping the steps. Here we are. Chop 5 seconds. Here we go. I'm going to show you. I'm going to give it one more chop because I have cut up my broccoli quite large and my capsicum. So I'm going to give it 1 second chop, literally 1 second chop. Here we are. And Thermix is going to, okay, we'll do 2 seconds. All right. It's ready. Ta-da! Look at these colors, huh? They are so beautiful. They are so vibrant. I just love it. And the smell of the mustard, the smell of the apple vinegar is so fresh. Bring all those spring barbecues with lots of salads. And of course, I just wanted to let you know that when you refer a friend that purchases Thermomix, you can get $100 voucher for Mix Shop for any item that you want. And my favorite item is a spatula. I love this spatula. It's specifically designed for Thermomix bowl because it's really, really long. Do remember, mix your Thermomix ingredients clockwise because Thermomix Solinger knives are so sharp that they will cut up your spatula. So do use it clockwise. So that's all from me. Thank you so much for coming. I really appreciate teaching and learning new things every day. And again, let Thermomix just rule the world. Lots of people need to learn
Thanks,
how to
Soxy.
cook properly.
Amazing. Just before we get everybody to show their finished dishes, I want to show you one more thing. And this is our brand new redesigned thermoserver. So hopefully most of you, all of you have got at least one thermoserver. The thermoserver keeps our food hot or cold for up to 3 hours. So you can cook your dinner in that at 3 o'clock and then run out and do all your jobs and pick up the kids and whatnot and come home and your dinner's still piping hot, ready to serve. Or you can make your fruity drink before you cook dinner and that'll be ready at after dinner for dessert as well, still nice and frozen. So these are incredible. Our new host reward catalogue just launched and we've got lots of new items that you can get when you host a demo. So when you have at least 2 friends come along to your demo, you qualify for our first level of discount. And if one of your friends chooses to purchase at your demo or within the 2 weeks of your demo, you then get an even bigger discount, so up to 60% discount. Now, some of you know that Vorwerk actually make the Kobold vacuum cleaners as well. So at the moment, our Cobalt vacuum cleaner is in our spring host reward catalogue, and you can get that for 50% off. So that's absolutely incredible to get our cordless vacuum cleaner for that price. So have a think about who you could be showing the Thermomix to and get them along to one of your demos so that you can get your hands on some of our best accessories for a really big discount. All right, ladies, I'm going to try and spotlight everybody so that we can just show what we've got going on. Who am I missing there? Okay. So there's all of our beautiful dishes, and Jodie's is probably still in the oven, so we won't make her get that out and burn herself. But hopefully you've been really inspired today to try something new coming into spring, getting some salads, some barbecues, a little bit more exciting. As Oxy said, some things to take when you need to take a plate, because that season is upon us, which is very exciting. So thank you so much, everybody, for being here. And we really appreciate your time tonight. I've shared the link for the... Oh, she has got it out of the oven. Beautiful. Look at that. Looks great. I have shared the link for our Pinnacle Thermomix link tree. That's where you can go to get all of our events and recordings and things like that. So you can just check back at that anytime and see what we've got coming up that you can book into. And yeah, we hope to see you at our next event. We'll have face-to-face classes coming up too over the next couple of months, so keep your eyes peeled for those on that Pinnacle link tree also. If anyone does have any questions, we would be happy to answer them for you, so feel free to jump off mute and shout them out or pop them into the chat. But we're all very grateful for your time tonight. And thank you to these amazing ladies for giving up their evening and being here to share their skills too.
Thanks, guys. And I can confirm that the sauce does taste delicious, even with all of the swaps and the golden syrup. I'm actually so excited for my husband to have this when he gets home, if he ever gets home from work.
Awesome. Thanks, Jen. Thanks, everyone. Did anyone have a question? No. Well, if you're on our South Coast Thermomixes page or our Canberra Thermomix page or any other page and you make some of these dishes, make sure you share a pic and show us what you've been cooking, because we love to see that you actually have been inspired to try some of the things we've shown you. All right, I'm going to stop the recording, which